It's Week 12 of the NFL. Coming up, we'll see Carson Wentz, your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Commanders and the Falcons, next on Madden NFL 23.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 53 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, Mariota. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 25 carries. Yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title.
On 2nd down at 4. Wentz. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18. Handoff now to Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From just shy of midfield, Wentz slings this deep from McLaurin. And he's got it inside the 10. A huge play there for Washington. 42 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now Wentz. Bind, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on first and goal.
Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on first and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. To throw, it's Wentz. And this is caught by Watkins.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Interested to see what they dial up here. Third and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
Throwing now is Wentz. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Lorenzo Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
But it's about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down.
Wentz to the sideline on fourth down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal.
And this a 39-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through. And it's 3-0 Washington.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like those calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. To throw is Mariota. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. From the 38, Mariota. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete.
The Commanders hold out the nickel package on third down.
Now Mariota.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
A.J. Boye with a pick.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Joey Sly on for the extra point.
He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Back to it after the pick six. Mariota.
Over the middle, caught by London.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They go play action. Mariota. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Patterson.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. Zay Jones, he's got a first quarter touchdown grab there. They begin the drive with Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That play doomed from the start thanks to the defensive effort of Grady Jarrett.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
To throw is Wentz.
Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. 3rd down, here's Patterson.
And he will get the 1st down as he's up to the 20-yard line.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Mariota on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. On 2nd and 10, Mariota. Zacchaeus here, hauling it in. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Third and short yardage. Mariota got his man. It's London. And he's going to have a Falcons first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. He's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Mariota again. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. From the 36, Mariota. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Mariota.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
A.J. Boye with a pick.
And the Commanders are going to take over here up near the 40.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
So here is Washington now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Taken down at the 42. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wentz to throw. Off to Thomas on the left side. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. Now Wentz.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give running right, Gibson. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Second and 5 now. Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he finds McLaurin. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Wentz going to throw.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And Graham's got it over the middle.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner? Always seems to get here quickly. And coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow night, we wrap up. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
On now to punt, here's Bradley Pinion.
Fielded at the 43. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
On the give, here's Robinson. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
On play action, it's Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz
over the middle, brought in by Dodson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Slide for the PAT.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On play action, Mariota.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Throw caught here by Bird.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42. Back to the ground now, Patterson.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
On 2nd down.
Oh, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
Now Mariota.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Montez Sweat coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete there to Thomas.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
So the false start will back them up 5.
False start.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing is Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Wentz. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On the run, it's Robinson. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wentz.
Throw right side complete to Dotson.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. From the 31, Wentz.
Going right back to Dotson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 16, Wentz. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then. And now after that completion there, they've got a 1st and goal.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Commanders drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now Joey Slye for the point after.
And that stretches the lead to 27. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. But the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
Mariota now to throw on first down.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. From the 27, Mariota. Throw out, and he loses the football a second time.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And some room to maneuver. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown.
Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. They're flipping over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Commanders, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.